Hello guys, welcome back. And in this part of our project, we are going to be building two new sections from the project. And the sections are going to be our Explore Good Places section and the Explore Featured Agents section. So for the Explore Good Places section, we are going to have these cards, and these cards are going to have the property details. And for the property details, we are going to have this image, which is the property image. We're going to have the property name, the location, the property features, and the property size. And right here, we're going to have the property details, which also describes whether it's for rent or not. And here we have property type, which shows it's an apartment. And down here, you can see the property price, and you can also see this button right here, which is a contact button in case you want to contact the property owner. And for the Explore Featured Agents section, we're going to have the agent's card. And in the card, we're going to have the agent's name, the agent's properties, the agent's number, the agent's review, and the contact button right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really means the world to me. So let's go ahead and get started. And for our, let's see what we have there. The first one is the Explore Good Places. And for the Explore Good Places, we're going to know the section tag, which is going to act as its container. And in this section tag, we're going to have a class, and the class here is going to be container and explore places section. And inside here, we're going to have a header, just like before. And this header is going to have a class, which is going to be header center. Then inside our header tag, we are going to have a h1 tag, which is going to have a class, and the class is going to be head text. And next, we're going to have a text right inside it, which is going to be our explore good places text. Don't forget that most of the classes we've already used here are already created in in CSS in our previous video. If you notice, we already have our head text right up there in the CSS, so that should not be a surprise by now. And let's complete our text. This is going to say explore good places. Then next, we're going to have a paragraph tag just down here, and inside it we're going to have a class, and the class is going to be wrap text sender. Then we're going to copy and paste our dummy text, the text right here, just inside here, and that should do it. Then next we're going to create our cards container, which is the container that holds every card right here. And to create our cards container, we need a main tag. Create a main element, and inside it we're going to have a class, and the class is going to be explore cards container. And inside our main tag, we're going to have a div, and the div is going to have a class, which is going to be card. And that should be it for our card itself. And inside the card, we are going to have our image firstly, which is the image up here. I'm firstly going to create the image, and to create the image, we need a div here, and we're going to give it a class, and the class here is going to be explore card top. And inside here we're going to have our image, and the image here is going to be an image I already have, and you can use any image at all. Here I'm going to use this image, and next we're going to create our explore card bottom, which is this bottom part of our card that says the green Canton Chrysler and for rent and apartment. So to create that, we need another div just down here, and it's going to have a class, and the class is going to be explore card bottom. And inside it, we are going to have our bottom details. The first one is going to be a div, and it's going to have a class. The class is going to be property name description, and inside it we are going to have a span, and the span here is going to have a class that says property describer container, and it's going to have two paragraph tags. Let's create two of them. The first one is going to have a class that says green btn, which is the button we've already created in CSS, and it's also going to have the describer, style we've already created in CSS. The text here is going to be for rent, and down here we're going to have a class. The class here is going to be believe btn, which is the style we've already created, and the second one is going to be describer. Then in here we're going to have apartment. Let's see what it looks like. As you can see down here, this is what our explore places is now looking like. It's beginning to look just like what we want. Then next, we're going to create our h3 tag, which is the property name right here, the green Canton Chrysler. And in order to achieve that, we need a h3 tag. Create a h3 tag, and it's going to have a class, and the class is going to be property. Let's call it property card head text. And next, we're going to have our text right in here, which is going to be the green Canton Chrysler. Then after that, we're going to create our span that holds the icons, which is the property location just down here, 210 Zurich Road, Canada. And in order to achieve that, we need a span, and this span is going to have a class, which is going to be property location container. Then in here, we're going to have the icon and the location. And for the icon, we need a class, and the class is going to be fa-solid and fa- we're going to use location dot once more. Then here we're going to have our location, create a paragraph tag, and it's going to have a class. The class is going to be property location. Let's use location text, and in here we're going to have our text that says 210 Zurich Road, Canada. Let's see what that looks like. This is our location and the descriptions right in here. That is looking beautiful. Next, we're going to create our property main details, and what I mean by the main details is the property features, the size, and this location right here. And in order to achieve that, we need a div just after here. Create a div after this div, and this div is going to have a class, and the class here is going to be, let's call it property main details. And in here we're going to have a span, and this span is going to have a class. The class is going to be property detail. Then we're going to have our icon, and it's going to have a class. The class is going to be fa-solid and fa-location dot once more. Then next we're going to have our paragraph tag that holds the text, and the text is going to be 3bhk. You can copy and paste this a few more times in order to achieve the same results, because they look quite similar to each other. The second one is going to be 3 beds. Change this to 3 beds, and next we're going to have 1800 square feet. This is going to be 1800 square feet, and that should do it. Let's see what it looks like. This is it right here. That's what we want. Then after that, we're going to create let's see what we have there. After that, we have our card footer that holds the property price and the contact button. In order to create that, we need to create a div just after this one. Actually, I'm going to take the footer tag, not a div, and it's going to have a class. The class is going to be explore card footer, and in here we're going to have a h1 tag, and it's going to have a class. The class is going to be property price, and it's going to have a text right in here, which is going to be our price itself. Here we're going to have, let's use $80,000. Then down here we're going to have our anchor tag that holds the contact button, and here for the icon we're going to need an I tag, and this I tag is going to have a class that says fa-solid and fa-paper lane. Let's see what it looks like. This is it right here, just as you can see. That's what we want. Then next, we're going to go ahead and style our contact card to make it look just like what we have right here. Let's head over to CSS and add some styles to our contact card. And for our contact card, we are firstly going to style the section container before we go ahead and style the card itself. Let's type in the class. This is going to be explore places section. And in here, we're going to have our padding. And the padding here is going to be 4rem 0px. Then next, we're going to have explore cards container. Here we're going to have display grid, just like what we used before. And here we're going to have grid template columns, and it's going to be repeats. Then we're going to have auto fit. Next, we're going to have min max for min width and max height. Sorry, max width. Then next, we're going to have our width right in here, which is going to be 350 px and an fr. After that, we're going to have gap down here, and our gap here is going to be 20 px. Then we're going to have margin top, and our margin top here is going to be 1rem. Next, we're going to be styling our image container for the property. And in order to achieve that, we need to type in explore. We're going to target it directly with this cards container class. We need to remove that slash and target our image right in front of the class. For our image, we need the width to be set to 100% and height is going to be set to 100%. Then we're going to set object fit to cover. And we're going to tell our explore cards bottom next. Remove this and change this to bottom. Then we're going to have display flex right in here, and next we need flex direction. It's going to be column. Then we're going to have gap, and our gap here is going to be 20 px. Then next we need margin top for the explore bottom to push it below the explore top, and let's use margin top instead. We need margin top, not margin. Here we're going to have 0.5 rem. And after that, we're going to have our property name description. Property name description. That is another class in HTML. And for this one, we need display flex, and we're going to have flex direction, and it's going to be column. Then next, we're going to have gap, and our gap here is going to be 8px. Then after that, we're going to tell our property describer container, which is the container that holds these two describers right here, the one that says for rent and apartment. In order to style them, we need to target the class directly. We need the property. Let's use property describer container. Here we need display flex. We also need align items. It's going to be center. And next we're going to need gap. Our gap here is going to be 8px to put some space in between them. Let's see what they look like. This is it, just what we want. The next we're going to be styling our property head text. Here we're going to type in property head text, and for the head text we need a color. I'm going to use the variables we already have, and the color we need here is text head color. Then next we're going to use font size, and our font size here is going to be 18px, and let's see what it looks like. As you can see, this is it, just what we want. And after that, we're going to have our location container. We're going to have property location container, and in here we need display flex, align items. It's going to be center to set them side by side, and next we need gap to put some space in between them. It's going to be 8px once more. Next we're going to style our icon itself, the location icon. Here we need property location container, and we're going to target the icon directly, which is the I tag. For the icon we need font size. It's going to be 14px, and next we need color, and our color here is going to be gray 200. Let's see what it looks like. This is our location right here. It's beginning to look beautiful. And next we're going to style the location itself, this location. And in order to style the location, we need to target the text directly. Just type in property. Let's use this and change the class. Let's see what that looks like. We need to change the color and the size. Change it to property. Here we're going to have property, location, text. And for the property location text, we need font size and it's going to be 14 px. Then we need color, and the color here is going to be grade 200 once more. Let's see what it looks like. This is it. It's beginning to look beautiful. Next, we're going to style the property main details, which is the size, the location, and the property features. Here we're going to have property main details. Here we need display flex once more, and next we need align items, and we need space between to put the we need justify content is going to be space between, and this is going to put some big space in between them. Here we need center for the align items, and let's see what they look like. As you can see, this is the space I was talking about, and this is our main details. Next, we're going to tell the property details. Target the class property detail, and in here we're going to have display flex, and next we need align items. It's going to be center. The next we need gap, and our gap here is going to be 8px. We need font size to reduce the text size, and icon size it's going to be 13px. Next we need color, and our color here is going to be, let's set it to grade 200. Let's see what they look like. As you can see, they now look quite nice, just like what we have right here in the demo. This is what we want it to look like, and that is what it looks like. Next, I'm going to style the property price and the contact button. Let's head over to CSS. Next, we're going to target the card footer, explore, card, and footer. And for the explore card footer, we need display, flex, and align items, which is going to be center. The next we need justify content. It's going to be space between once more. And next we need gap, which is going to be 8px. And after that, we're going to target the property price, which is the $8,000 right there in the demo. Just target property price, and here we need to change the color to text head color, and the font size here is going to be 25px. Then next we're going to target, let's see what it looks like first. As you can see, it's now look like just what we want. And in order to achieve these many cards we have here, we need to create, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to create 5 more of them in CSS, sorry, in HTML. Just copy this card. Let's see where it is. This is the card right here. Copy this and paste it 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should do it. As you can see, our card now looks just like the one we have right there in the demo, but we still need to add some styles to make it look much more better. If you notice, this looks squished together, and in order to get them separate from each other, we need to add some space in between them. To do that, we need to target the card bottom class we created up there, right here. This is our card bottom. Let's increase this gap to 30px. That does not do anything. I think the problem might be from HTML. Let's see if the class is available. Let's copy this and search for it right here, and as you can see, it's not available. That means there is a problem. Let's see, search for explore cards bottom. It's supposed to be right. Let's see, it's supposed to be right here. This is the problem. Explore cards bottom. I set it to explore card instead of cards, so I'm just going to change all occurrences and add an S right here, and that should fix it. I also wrote explore cards button instead of bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and change all occurrences once more. Change this to M, and that should fix it. This is just what we want, and now we're going to remove the extra gap we added. Change this back to 20, and that is what we want. As you can see, it now looks quite nice, just like what we have here in the demo. Next, we're going to go ahead and change our images to make them look different, just like in the demo. And for the second one, let's see what we have for the second one. Let's head back there. Let's close this. For the second one, we're going to need our second image. We're going to use image 2, and let's see what it looks like. This is our image 2, just what we want. And for the third one, we need, let's collapse this. We need image 11 here, and here we're going to use image 4 right here. The next we're going to use image 3 here, and next we're going to use, let's see, image 4 right here, and that should fix it. As you can see, this is just what we want, just like here in the demo. It now looks nice. We are already done with our explore good places section. Let's go ahead and create our explore featured agents section. And in order to create that, we need our, let's see if that button looks nice. It looks nice. This is just what we want for the button. It's perfect. And for the explore featured agents, let's close this. We need to create another section, and this section is going to have a class, and the class here is going to be, let's use explore agents section. Then in here we're going to have a div, and div is going to have a container, which is going to be, have a class, and the class is going to be container. We need two classes right here, container to make it responsive, and we need agents, cards, main. Then in here we're going to have a header, and this header is going to have a class. The class is going to be header center, which is the class we already created in CSS. Then next we need a h1 tag, and this h1 tag is going to have a class, which is going to be head text. And the text right in here is going to be explore featured agents. Then next we're going to have our paragraph for the dummy text. And for the dummy text right here, we need a class. It's going to be wrap text center. Let's see what the dummy text is in the demo. This is our text right here. I'm just going to copy and paste for the text, and that should do it. Then that's it for our header. Next, we need our main tag to contain the cards. For the main tag, we need a class, and the class is going to be agents cards container. Then in here, we're going to need a div. It's going to have a class. Then the class is going to be, let's use card. This is our card. Next, we need an ID. The ID here is going to be agents ID. Then after that, we're going to create a span right in here. The span is going to have a class, and the class is going to be, let's use agents card header. Then after that, we need a div right inside it, and this div is going to contain the agent image. Right here, it's going to be agents class is going to be agents img container, and our image is going to be right in here. I'm just going to use an image I already have. Here I'm going to use assets image and user one. Then after that, we're going to create our our agent details after the image. So down here, we're going to create a div once more, and it's going to have a class, and the class here is going to be agent name container. And this div is going to have two elements. The first one is going to be history, which is going to have a class, and the class is going to be agent. Let's set it to agent name. This is going to be name, and in here we're going to have the name. The first name there was James N Green. The next we're going to have a paragraph tag, which is the property of the agent, and the class here is going to be agent properties. And here we're going to type in the property amount, which is 44 properties. Let's see what it looks like. As you can see, this is it down here. It's beginning to look like just what we want. Let's go ahead and create the agent cards footer, which is the footer that holds the agent's number, the number of reviews, and the contact button. Let's see what our header looks like. This is our header right here. It's looking nice. Next, we're just going to go ahead and create the agent's card footer after our agent's name. So let's get down here after the span and create another span. And this span is going to have a class. It's going to be agents card footer, and inside our span we're going to have a div, and this div is going to have a paragraph tag, and here we need a class. The class is going to be agent contact. Then next we're going to type in the contact number, but firstly we need a text that says call and the semicolon. The next I'm going to add a span here, and the span is going to have a class, and the class is going to be agent number. And after that we're going to type in the number right in here. It's going to be plus. Let's use 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8 9. Let's use 5 9. Let's see what it looks like. As you can see, it looks nice. It's beginning to look good. But after that, we need to create, let's see what we have there down here. We need our agent star reviews. Let's see what it says. This is our agent star reviews, the star reviews, and the number of reviews, then the button, the contact button. We are going to create that down here. Create a div and give the class. The class here is going to be agent star reviews, and in here we're going to have a span which is going to hold the star icons, and we don't need a class here. What we need is some I tag right in here. They are going to have some classes. The first class is going to be fa-solid, and the second one is going to be the icon class, which is going to be fa-star. Let's see what it looks like. This is it, just down here. That's what we want. Let's duplicate this. We need about 4 more of them. Then next we're going to create the agent number reviews. Down here we need a paragraph tag, and this paragraph tag is going to have a class. Let's give it a class, and the class here is going to be, let's use agent number of reviews, and in here we always have the number of reviews. We need a bracket, and inside the brackets we're going to add 22 reviews. Then we're going to create the agent contact button. After these 2 divs down here we need the contact button. Create a button and give the class. The class is going to be agent message btn. Then we're going to need the btn class separately, which is a class we've already added before. In here we need an icon, and the icon here is going to have a class. It's going to be fa-solid and fa- let's use envelope circle check. Let's see what it looks like. This is our icon right here. It looks nice. Let's go ahead and add some styles to our code to make it look much more beautiful, just like what we have right here. So for the CSS, let's say down here we're going to type out our CSS for the agent cards. The first style we need right here is going to be the agents container. Let's create our explore agents container, and actually it's going to be section, not container. Explore agents section, and here we need background, and our background here is going to be var, and it's a variable, and it's going to be blue soft bg. Then next we need padding, and our padding here is going to be 3 rem and 0 rem for the top, left, bottom, and right. Here we're going to need another class. It's going to be a class, so it needs a full stop at the beginning. We need agents cards container, which is the container that holds every card in our HTML for the agent cards. Here we need display grid and display grid. Next we need grid template columns, and we're going to have repeats, then auto fit. We also need min max for max width and min width. Next we're going to have 250 px and 1 fr. After that we need gap in between the cards, so we're going to add gap, and it's going to be 20 px. The next we need margin top, and we're going to add 1 rem at our margin top. After that we're going to style the agent id, we're going to add agent ID, which is an ID that is beside our class. If you notice the ID we created before, right here in our HTML, this ID right here, agent ID, and inside it we need padding top, and our padding top here is going to be 50 px. Then we need border node. After that, we are going to need box shadow, and our box shadow here is going to be 0 px, 0 px, 10 px, 1 px. And the box shadow color is going to be a variable which is going to be blue soft. And next we need our agent's img container, which is the image container that holds the agent's image. And for the agent's image container, we need display. Display here is going to be flex, and next we need align items. It's going to be center. We need justify content down here, and it's going to be center. Next we need padding. Our padding here is going to be 4 px. The next we need width, and the width here is going to be 140 px. The next we're going to add height. The height here is going to be 140 px for the image. We need equal height and width. The next we need object fit. It's going to be object fit here is going to be cover. The next we need border, and our border here is going to be 1 px solid. Then the color here for our border is going to be gray 200, which is our variable we already defined. And next we need border radius, and our border radius here is going to be we already have a variable for the border radius, so I'm just going to use that. Let's use border radius 100. Don't forget to click on the link I'm going to paste in the description of these videos to copy the variables I'm already using. When you get the link in the GitHub, you can just copy them right here and paste it in your CSS to make your coding much more easier. Let's go ahead and continue with our styling. And after, let's see what we have here. After our image container, move this. After our image container, we're going to need the image to style the image itself. Let's target the agent's image container. Then we're going to target the image, and for the image we need width, and the width here is going to be 100%. The next we need border radius to make it look curvy, and the border radius here, let's set it to 100 once more. And next we need height, and it's going to be 100%. The next we need object fit, and it's going to be cover. Now let's see what it looks like. As you can see, it's beginning to look nice, unlike before. Next we need to style the card header, which is a header that holds the name and the agent's properties. So down here we're going to target the agent. Let's use this agent card header. Then in here we're going to have display flex, and this is going to be flex. Here we're going to need align items. It's going to be center. The next we need flex direction column to stack them on top of each other. Next we need gap, and it's going to be 10 px. Let's see what it looks like. This is it right here. As you can see, it's beginning to look nice. Next, let's go ahead and style the agent's name container. Here, let's use this agent. Let's change this to agent, then name container. Here we're going to need display flex once more. We need align items center. You can just copy and paste this. It's just the same thing. It's not very different. But we are going to change the gap down here. We need much more smaller gap. We need 3 px for the gap, and let's see what it looks like. As you can see, it now looks nice. Next, let's go ahead and style the image name. Let's target the agent's name, not image name. Here we need agent's name. We need a color for it, and the color here is going to be text head color. And next we need font size, and our font size here is going to be 18 px. This is going to be 18 px. And next we need margin, and here it's going to be 0 px, 0 px, 2 px. This is a padding button to push the agent's properties below our agent's name. As you can see, it now looks nice. The next we are going to style the agent's properties. And here we need font size once more, and our font size here is going to be 14 px. And we need color, and our color here is going to be general gray. The next we need font weight, and our font weight here is going to be 500. to make it look bold, and this is just what we want. Next, let's go ahead and style the card footer, which is the container that holds every element you can see right here, the number of reviews and the contact number. Let's head over to CSS, and here I'm going to target the card footer by saying agent card footer. Change this to agents, and that should do it. Next, we need display flex in here. We need align items center, and we're going to need justify content. Next, it's going to be space between. We need space between, not around. Space between. The next, we need margin top, and it's going to be 2rem. The next, we're going to need agent contact. Agent contact, which is the contact number. Agent contact. Here we need font weight. It's going to be bold, and we need color next, and our color here is going to be text head color. Then next we need font size, and our font size here is going to be 14px. And let's see what our contact looks like. It doesn't look quite nice. Let's make sure this class is available in HTML. Just copy and paste this in HTML to make sure it's available. And as you can see, it's not available. There's a problem. This is the problem right here. Change this to contact. Let's change all occurrences. Change this to contact, and that should fix it. This is it. It now looks nice. Let's see what it looks like here. As you can see, it's beginning to look like just what we want. Next, let's style the number. I'm going to target the agent number. Agent number. And for the agent number, we're just going to change the color to blue 400. And after that, we're going to style the star reviews. The agent star reviews. Target the agent. Here we're going to have star reviews. And for the agent star reviews, we need exactly the same class we've already used here. You can just copy and paste this. Copy this and paste it right in there. We don't need the justify content, remove it. What we need here is color. Color here is going to be orange. Actually, let's set it to yellow. We can just use yellow. Yellow 200. The next, we're going to use font size, and our font size here is going to be 11px. And next, we need gap to put some space in between the stars. And next, let's use 10px for the gap. And next, we're going to have margin top. The margin top here is going to be 8px. Let's start with the number of reviews. Next, we need agents. Agents. Here we're going to have agents number of reviews. For this agent number of reviews, we need to change the color to general gray. And next, we're going to set font size to 13px. And let's see what they look like. As you can see, it now looks quite nice, just what we want. Next, we're going to go ahead and style this container that holds the agent's number of reviews and the agent stars review. Next, we're going to target agent star reviews. Then we're going to have span right here. We need display flex here, and next we're going to need align items. It's going to be center. We also need gap here, and our gap here is going to be 3px. Then next we need color, and our color here is going to be a variable which is going to be yellow 100. And let's see what that looks like. As you can see, this is just what we want. In fact, we can remove this color here, and we are still going to have a yellow color because of this color we added right now. So you can just remove this, and that should be it. Next, let's go ahead and style the contact button right there. For the contact button, we just need to type in agents. This is going to be agents message btn, and here we're going to change the color to a variable, and it's going to be red. I'm going to use red 300. Then next, we're going to use border radius here, and our border radius here is going to be, let's use border radius 5. Just make it look a little bit curved. And next, we need background, and our background here is going to be red soft. Let's see what that looks like. As you can see, our button now looks just like what we have right here. And in order to achieve these many cards, we need to paste exactly the same number of cards we have right here. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more of them. So we need 7 more. Let's head back to HTML and paste them. Copy this and paste it 7 more times. And let's see what that looks like. As you can see, it's beginning to look just like what we want, but it seems there's a problem with our main class. Let's check for the agent card container. It's going to be down here. Let's look for it. This is it, agents card container. Let's see what the problem is. Let's search for it in HTML to make sure it's available. As you can see, it's not available. That means there is a problem. Let's see, it's supposed to be up here. This is it, agents card container. We can just copy this and paste it there to make sure the class is correct. Paste it here and that should do it. As you can see, it's now corrected, but it seems we are missing one card. We have 8 of them, so let's paste one more. So down here we're going to have one more card. Just copy this and paste it in, and that should do it. Next, we are going to need to change the image and the names. And for the second card, we have Sarah Jones as a name right here. So here in HTML, let's find the second card. This is our second card, and the name here is going to be Sarah Jones. It's actually Sarah J. Jones. Let's change this to a J, and that should do it. Next, we're going to change the third card to Eric N. Powell. Here we're going to have Eric, and Powell, and that should do it. Next, we need Emma D. Hardy as the fourth name. So down here, we're going to change this to Emma D. Hardy. The next, we're going to change the fifth one to Brian D. Woods. This is going to be Brian. And here we're going to have D. Woods. The next, we need to set this Stacy B. Codbrand. And next, we have Harry E. Riley. This is going to be Stacy. And here we have B. Codbrand. The next, we need to change this to Harry E. Riley. I hope that is correct. Yes, it is. Next, we are going to change the last one to Derek J. Watson. I think that is all the cards we have. Yes, it is. Except we have to change the second one back to Harry E. Riley, and the last one is going to be Derek J. Watson. So here we're going to change it to Derek, and here we're going to have J, and this is going to be Watson. And this one here that we collapsed is going to be Harry E. and Riley. The next, I'm going to change the images. As you can see, we have very different images right here. So I'm just going to use some random images. They don't have to be exactly the same. So for the second one, let's see. This is the second one. I'm going to change the image to image 2, and here I'm going to have image 4. The next, we're going to have image 3 right here. The next, we're going to have image 3 once more. Let's use image 5 here. Here we're going to use image 6, and for this last one, let's use image 7, and that should do it. As you can see, this is now looking nice, just like what we have right here in the demo. And if you really enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next part of our video. Goodbye.